Max Reid. I'm a staff writer here at Collision Repair Magazine. Last week, the editorial team and I were at the CCIF virtual experience. We were talking to some of the attendees about what they brought to the show this year and got a few of their guesses about what to expect for the year to come. Stay tuned. We're just meeting with all the big companies at CCIF and just sort of checking in on sort of how the event's going and just generally any big plans for the year, that sort of thing. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, CCIF is good for us. It's good for us to participate and, meet a lot of folks in the industry. I know mostly it's a claims, type of conference. However, we do play a huge role in the market with the total loss vehicles, at least of the damage that insurance companies are writing off. So I mean, the topics that are being covered are very much in line with, the challenges and the kind of the struggles, I guess, a lot of the businesses are having, especially in these times. And, who would have thought a year ago that we would be sitting here on a digital conference call,
yeah.
So with that, we have also accelerated a lot of the product development and launches to be more digital. And so what's coming down the pipe from, what Impact is bringing to the market is more digital merchandising capabilities. So earlier last year, we went fully digital with our auction, but we also launched 360 View. We have Engine Start that's coming, additional images on keys. So these are all tools that are available to our buyer base that enables them to evaluate a vehicle from their desktop, mobile, tablet,
Right.
from anywhere in the world. So, prior to COVID, we did allow in-person inspections. So a buyer could come to the yard, take a look at the vehicle, all of that. A lot of that is now, obviously it's locked down. So, we're not allowing that walk into the yard scenario, but these tools are a replacement for the buyer.
What was it like transitioning into using those tools? Like, what was it like taking things digital like that?
You know what? Actually, very easy from an adoption standpoint from the buyers. They love it.
Okay.
They love looking at things from the comfort of their home, office, wherever they are, and whenever, whatever time zone they're in as well. They don't have to be at operating at, at the times we are. They could check out something at midnight, into whatever time zone they're in. So from an ease of use standpoint, obviously the tools are there and the features are very intuitive, easy to use. If anyone is curious and kind of wants to see how things work, you just pick a car from our inventory. You look for a 360 view icon as part of the vehicle detail page, and you can start to move the vehicle around yourself, zoom in and out. And then together with 360 view, we took that a little further in 2020, and we introduced what we call Feature Tour. Feature Tour is the OEM data that comes along with the vehicle in terms of the features, the technology, the safety, convenience, all of those things. Right. And you can imagine, I mean, how much is in cars today? You cannot compare one Honda Civic to another Honda Civic, because one might have 20 more features and convenience packages and all kinds of other things that from an image, you wouldn't necessarily know that. But now with Advanced Feature Tour, you are now able to see what the manufacturer included in that particular vehicle.
Is the distinction there like the different features based on the year, or is it based on like the package of the vehicle, or where it was, like the market it was sold in? Like, do you know what I mean? Sorry, that's more just for my own clarification.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Good question. It's driven off the VIN number.
Okay.
Yeah, so it actually gets down to the actual VIN number on what the manufacturer included in that particular vehicle. And even pickup trucks are a great example of in terms of how much you can customize it when you're
That's true.
buying it.
Yeah.
So what this does, when we go to sell the vehicle, it allows the buyer to conduct the evaluation and bid accordingly on the
Okay.
vehicle. So
Right.
they're more informed, they're more up to speed on kind of what's in the vehicle, what's available, and then what that does, it just gives them more confidence to bid and purchase that vehicle. And again, because it's all online, this is the world we live in. That's why these tools are being designed to make that easier.
Okay, right on. That's awesome. That's cool. So I guess in thinking about that, what do you guys have any sort of specific plans for this year in terms of like rolling out any new services or anything like that? Or is it you just playing things by ear?
Yeah, absolutely. So this merchandising platform, right now we have enabled engine start in our operations right now. So we are in the process of taking a 10-second short audio and video of the engine while it's running. So we start on obviously on the vehicles that can be started.
Mm-hmm.
We will take a 10-second video that again allows the buyer to visually see, there's not smoke coming out of the engine,
Yeah.
or and they can hear it. They
Yeah,
can
that's
turn on the
awesome.
audio and hear it, and they'd be looking out for any knocking sounds or just something that may not sound right. Again, that would it would give the buyer more information and more confidence in what they're bidding when the actual vehicle goes up for sale.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Of course. That's awesome. That's cool. That's interesting. Um, okay. Could you tell me a little bit about essentially just how are you enjoying this year's CCIF? How's it going so far?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, although we're virtual, I think the content is fantastic. It's all the things that have been kind of trending, but now we're kind of living the times that we've talked about for a number of years.
Right.
So from an education standpoint, for us, it's great to stay in step with what's happening in the industry, what the challenges are in the field, in the shops, in the industry is great for us, whether it's on the appraisal side or actual repair side. It's great to understand that as well.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I mean, we've been supporters of CCIF across all the regional conferences for many years, and we plan to continue to support in every way we can. I think we had a number of impact staff members, join in on the conference and participate even for this Toronto one. So very exciting.
Okay, right on, right on. Okay, this will be the last question. I won't take too much more of your time. But just based on the content you've seen so far, what would you say is gonna uh what in the new year do you think is gonna have the biggest impact on impact? Essentially, like what do you think is what trend do you think is gonna affect you guys the most, or where do you see things going this year, if you can speculate on that?
Uh, I mean, this year is a little bit of a short horizon to see, what's going to happen next. Obviously, I think electric vehicles and we're already seeing more hybrid and all electric vehicles on the road.
Mm-hmm.
How that is changing the landscape is important to us as well.
Right.
Not only in terms of the value of the vehicle, but what happens to the vehicle when it comes off the road. That's highly critical. So we're continuing to do research and studies and following along in terms of what the industry is forecasting on that. But that's a little bit longer term.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily going to change next year. But I think as there's more infrastructure, I think, well, for sure the vehicles are going to and are more complex.
Mm-hmm.
That is I think a given. And whether it's electric, gas, diesel, there definitely is more technology, more innovation, more features, and all of that changes the way vehicles are repaired and even dismantled, for that matter, when they
Yeah.
do finally come off the road and where they end up. So
Yeah.
that's changing. It's changing a lot of the way people, handle vehicles when they come off the road or get repaired. But also from a buyer standpoint, it's creating more opportunities as well, because as vehicles are getting more expensive, they are more expensive to repair in Canada. But think about that vehicle could be repaired probably at half the labor rate or cost in another country. But more importantly, can be repurposed and put back on the road in another region of the world. So, from an environmental standpoint, that's a huge benefit in terms of, how we're utilizing and how vehicles are coming off the road.
That's interesting. I never thought of that. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and we are. I mean, our global buyer base, purchase out of 170 countries. So, we are represented in all markets around the world.
Yeah.
And Toyota Corolla here is, a lot of the components are the same around the world. So those are definitely in high demand.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I sorry. I say interesting every 5 seconds. Every
I could talk
interview I
about this
learn
forever. So
new little things. That's awesome. Okay, right on. That's awesome, Vinesh. I won't take too much of your time here. That's about all I've got for you right now, unless you got any little news or anything going on that you want to let me know about.
no, I mean, it's a very exciting time for us. We are an IA company, so we do play again on that global scale. Everything from innovation, technology that we're building and bringing to market is, not sometimes born in Canada, sometimes it's conceptualized in the US. And we also have a UK business where we're also very close to the whole claims process as well. So we have a pretty good worldwide view on kind of where the industry is heading and the role that we play in this market. So, we're very happy to be participating at CCIF. And I think a lot of the, discussions and topics that are coming out are highly valuable to us. And we'd like to keep a pulse on kind of what's happening.
Okay, right on. Right on.
All
That's
right.
awesome. Thank you so
Cool.
much.
So Max, what's the format of this interview?
I was just about to tell you. Okay.
Okay.
So we're probably gonna be doing I imagine the written portion of it is gonna be all in the next issue of the magazine, probably as like a CCIF like roundup of like everybody. And then these videos are gonna be edited down a little bit and put as part of an interview series from CCIF. Assuming you're okay with this video being used, or at least portions of it.
Yeah, as long as you pick the good parts, I'm fine.
Oh, of course, only the gems. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah. Otherwise, unless I don't know. I mean, I always like to take little bits, little words from other stories I've done to put in other things. But as far as the bulk of it, it'll be the interview video, and there'll be a impact portion of the CCIF roundup.
Okay. Yeah, no, cool.
Excellent.
And yeah, in previous years, I think we've been interviewed at the booth and, things like that. So
we're just trying, we're just trying our best to emulate that from a distance.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good to keep some of these things moving for sure. And really capture, kind of where everyone's head is at, right? I think that's important right now. So
anyway,
cool.
Thank you so much, Vinesh.
Awesome.
I'll let you
Thank you.
get on with your day.
Awesome.
You take it easy.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. This was a Media Matters production. If you liked what you saw, check out our other videos, follow our socials, and subscribe for more.